Hello and welcome to the next episode of the LGS podcast. And today, once again, I have a very new special guest, and we have George.
Hello, everyone. This is
Hello.
weird. My first time on the podcast. How are you, Lewis?
Yeah, I'm actually alright, man. Not too bad. What
Good.
about yourself?
I'm alright, thank you. Just finished work. Well, I work from home, so it's pretty easy.
How was that?
That's okay. To be fair, I should be finishing in 5 minutes. It's 5:25, so I finish at 5:30. But I'm still here.
Context is actually finished work.
Context.
Yeah. No. But yeah, I mean, I don't actually. I always forget what you do. Like, I know you do some sort of coaching stuff on the weekend, but I don't know if that
Yeah.
still happens.
Yeah. Well, I do. Yeah. So on the weekends, I still do coaching for under 15s and under 12s.
Hmm.
My 9 to 5 is I'm a data analyst, and that's as much info as I can go into.
Big man. See that. See the data
It's just
analyst.
You say that. People always do that, but yeah, I've just got my certificate. I got it 2 weeks ago, so I'm qualified now, which is all good stuff.
Hmm.
And yeah, so just about progressing now. Yeah, it's okay. It's not the easiest job in the world. No, with every job in it comes with like just things you have to work out, problems you have to solve, and I deal with a lot of people as well, like clientele. But
Hmm.
it's part of the job, innit?
Yeah, I mean, like, we don't want to get you just to finish work and then start talking about work.
Thank you.
But yeah, I mean, like, we've known each other for a long old time now, since primary
Oh.
school.
Should I go? Can I tell the story of how we weren't friends?
Well, I was actually gonna say because not a lot of people know, especially with people who we actually know in common. And not a lot of people know that we never used to be friends. We used to really, I,
I
we
don't know
just
why,
didn't
and
like.
I have no idea. I think
Yeah.
you're just a bit racist.
Wait, what? How did we get here?
Honestly, yeah. From primary school, I think we got introduced via scouts. It was Daniel. Do you remember?
Yeah. And wait, would have
It
been.
was
Was you not in Cubs? Was it straight to Scouts?
Cubs. It was Cubs. Yeah,
Cubs.
Cubs.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. We have a mutual friend called Daniel.
Mm,
He's a lovely guy, actually. He's
yeah.
and we yeah. I was friends with him through primary school. He was one of my closest friends there. You were close with him too.
Yeah.
We went scout. I started going Cubs. You were already there before me, and then I don't know why, but we just didn't vibe off each other at all.
Mm. I mean, yeah. I mean, I honestly couldn't tell you what it was. Maybe I don't know. I mean, like kids, like you find something. Any kid will find something so small and not like each other, or you just don't like each other for any reason.
Honestly.
Like you said, me and you have been friends with Daniel for years, and I used to go to the same caretaker with him, and then
Mm.
you know I used to go around his house a lot and everything. We were at his birthday parties together. There's old pictures of us at his birthday party and that. And then, yeah, obviously meeting properly through Cubs and Scouts and that. And I feel like the more we actually spoke and I guess hung out, the more we started to like each other because it was like, okay, well, if you're friends with my mate Daniel, I'm sure you're not too bad.
Yeah, I think it was more so as well in secondary school. I think football brought us together. Like, not even actually, because during secondary school I didn't really play too much. We
Mm.
still spoke, and you're okay. So I'm like, this guy can be my friend maybe. So
Yeah, maybe, just maybe.
yeah, possibly.
Yeah, because obviously, I mean, I went to a different secondary school first,
Yeah, you did.
GM. So it wasn't like the greatest time there. But then I got moved to LS, and it was like, yeah, it was a very different experience. Quite a lot of people who I knew there, like some of the people who I've had on the podcast so far, like Jordan and Jeremy. We spoke about school and stuff like that as well, and it's like funny to know like how like we're all still talking after all this
Do you know
time.
how long ago? Yeah, I know you must have said this with the other guys, but do you know how long secondary school ago was? This is
It's
we
like
grad we left like 10 years, 9 years ago now, because we were 16 when we finished secondary
oh my
school.
god. Yeah, I didn't
It's gonna
even.
be It's so long ago. Like I've known you for a while now. That's
Mm,
just, not even as friends, but say I've known you since primary school, so it must be going on about 13, 14 years.
yeah, yeah.
So,
It's just when you say it out loud like that, it really makes me feel old.
oh my God. Yeah, I say that all the time. We don't realize how time's flying. Like I
Mm,
just turned 25 and I feel where did the years go? I feel
yeah,
like I'm still 19.
that's what I mean. Especially this particular year as well. I was saying like I've been saying to a few people like it's already August like through this year, and it's like this for me this year has gone way too quick. It just feels like life has
Yeah.
just flown by with everything going on, the good and the bad, and it's like it's just become something like okay, how do we slow this down? How do we just live in the moment and be like okay, how do we take everything in and actually just enjoy life instead of going well, how did we get here?
Yeah, you're right. It's hard, obviously, because time's never ending. It just doesn't stop. This is why it's difficult to sort of like
Yeah.
sort of try and take it. That's in when I think the best way to do it is just live, like, as you said, live in the moment and not overthink too many things. Just if you're having a good happy time or you're laughing with your mates or you're playing football, whatever, just try and live in that specific time. I guess it's
Yeah.
hard. It's hard because time it just goes like that, as you said. It just goes anyway.
Yeah, I mean, because like something I've noticed as well recently, actually, because yesterday, funny enough, made me realize it more, is how to try and take things more in the moment, and it's not just getting your phone out and filming everything now. It's just living in the moment, and that's something I know because obviously I went and watched Tottenham yesterday,
Yeah, yeah.
and being
Oh,
there.
sorry to hear that, mate.
No, hey, we won, so I don't care.
Yeah, you did.
But one thing I noticed is that so many like I took one picture and two videos before the game started, like training. After that, I didn't take another picture or video. I just watched everything as it was, and I noticed so many people were just there with their phones out, and I'm thinking, are you really here watching it, or are you just here to like? I don't know. Like it just made me really think, just appreciate where you are and everything.
The argument there is that might be the only game. That might be the only Spurs game to go to. So now they want loads of videos and pictures of it so they can go back and look on it.
I mean, too.
I guess it's a balance.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, at the end of the day, everyone will have their argument or their reasons for okay, I want to film it to remember it. But there are also I think there are some studies where it's like the more you film it, the less likely you are to remember it, sort of thing.
If
Like,
you can name me the person that wrote that study, you win.
I couldn't.
There you go. I'm joking. I hear
But
you.
yeah,
I
I
do
mean,
hear
like I said, there's only things I've read online. You take everything with a pinch of salt. You don't go, okay, well, this is what I've
Yeah,
read, so
yeah.
it must be true. No, everything can be fabricated nowadays. You never know what necessarily is real or not. But one thing which we obviously do know is real is that, well, I was going to say us two, but that's a whole different conundrum.
Yeah.
But obviously, you were saying that you weren't really too much into football, or maybe necessarily playing football rather than watching football back in, I guess, early secondary school. Was there a time frame where, if you remember, oh, I actually really like football, love playing football now, or was it?
Yeah, it was. It was. I don't remember the specific. Like, do you know what it is? I think because I got pushed in. Not to go too further back, but I was getting pushed into loads of different things from my parents. I did karate. I went to tennis classes. I got dragged into football. I went into Cubs, which is why I met you guys. And there was a point. I remember my dad and mum would force me up to go football at 10 a.m. in the morning on a Saturday. I think it was a Saturday morning. I don't know if you remember a team called Aldersbrook, and that's where I met Harvey as well. We went to the same secondary school, and I saw him there. My friend called Harvey.
Oh
Um,
man.
and yet, and so I just didn't really. I wasn't too fond of football because I felt like it was just getting pushed into me. And then yeah, secondary school went by. I'd say around 15, 14 to 15 is when our friends started. They love football. They love football. Like most of our, I don't. Well, you've been playing your whole not life, but your whole childhood.
Yeah,
You know.
basically, yeah.
Yeah. So and a lot of our friends are like that too. And then we started going to our local field, Wanted Flats, as a way to pass summer or as a way to pass a half term or after school. And that's how I started playing football. And then yeah, I started liking it more and more to be honest. And I think that's where me and you sort of grow our friendship as well through football.
Oh yeah, I mean, I feel like for a lot of people, or a lot of people who like football, I feel like become better friends over time with people who do play football because it's just like that natural thing. It's so easy to talk about and so easy just to do. It's like such a huge passion, especially for me. Like always being around football, my whole family like loves football, but all side of my family love football. So it's like I've always been in it. Like when I used to go football with Daniel when I was younger, his dad used to take us to this thing on, I think it was like every Saturday or Sunday, and it's at Low Hall on the AstroTurf pitch and everything. And it was like, yeah, it was great, you know.
Even off that, like realistically, how many times would we see each other without football? Do you know? Do you
Yeah,
know? Even with my other friends as well, I only see them more or less because of football. I don't really see them outside of that either, because everyone's just so busy, of course, with work and everyone. But when you're committed to a football team or just sessions, midweek sessions, you see them. Without it, I wouldn't see a lot of my friends,
yeah. I
and that's
mean,
that's crazy, by the way.
yeah, I never really took that into account because even people like other friends of mine, like not just well, I guess you do mutually like Steven and stuff like that. I don't like sometimes we'll have we'll meet up like every other month or something to do something, but more often than not, I only really see him on Wednesday football.
Yeah,
That's
same.
it. Because I don't like going clubbing, that sort of thing. It's not really my thing. Like okay, cool, let's play football. I'm down.
Yeah, you know what I
um,
mean? Yeah, yeah.
yeah, like obviously if I have the time or if I'm not busy, then I'll be there, sort of thing. And obviously we first started playing, I guess, properly for football together was probably like in school and after school. And then I think once we left school, we didn't really see nor really see each other.
No,
Like every now and then, it would be like, "Oh, do you want to come play football?"
yeah.
That was really about it. Really, maybe like the odd birthday here and there.
Yeah, during college, it was I've mixed with a different type of friends, and I'm sure
Mm,
you made a different friendship group as well, and everyone just sort of even not even just with you. I only saw you and like all other friends, Jordan, Tyreek, so them sort of people once in a while. It wasn't very frequent, to be honest.
yeah,
Ju-
and
Go on.
no, go on.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, and then I think the next like sort of step, if we're still talking about football, is when you were playing for Band of Brothers.
Yeah,
That was
good times.
that was a funny time, man. That was my first 11-a-side football experience, and I didn't know how shit it was
Oh, was
up
it?
until. Yeah, you don't
I
know.
didn't. No, I didn't know that was your. I knew that was like the first time we started playing football together in a team outside of like school,
Oh,
college,
sorry.
anything like
Yeah,
that. But I didn't
yeah.
know it was like your first. Oh, this is like your first Sunday league team sort of thing.
Okay, so I lied. Sorry, I just thought of it
Oh
now.
wow.
Yeah, first lie today. No, it was do you remember Asianos? Do you ever remember
Oh
hearing them?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
played for their youth team. I just remembered. It was such a while ago as well. I only did that for a season, I believe. Yeah, I remember. Sorry, I did a season under 16s for them,
Yeah.
and then yeah, I think the next one was Boca. Boca. Oof, I
Boca.
jumped the gun
Well,
there.
yeah. Jumping the gun. That's for later.
Yeah, Band of Brothers. But no, that was an experience.
Yeah, Band of Brothers was definitely an experience, mainly because obviously I won't name certain people and stuff, but with people in charge and stuff like that, it was. I used it as like I just want to play football. Like I'm here to play football, sort of thing.
Yeah.
I'm just here to have fun. But it became like a very toxic environment, and it just didn't become fun anymore. And then it was like every week it was just lost. There was no winning in Band of Brothers.
Why did we keep turning up? There was actually I don't know why we kept turning up
Yeah,
because we just kept losing. We only had like one or two good players. Remember, I forgot his name. Because of the
Taz.
team. Yeah,
Yeah,
Taz.
he was
He was
unreal.
the only good footballer on the team, and everyone wanted to nab him off us.
I think he's gone into semi-pro now as well. I don't know where
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
gone after that, but I feel like he was definitely good enough for semi-pro for
he was
sure.
good.
Anyway,
He was a right back as well, playing for the
mm,
semi-pro team. Yeah, he was good, and he was obviously good enough for that.
yeah,
And no, Banner Bros was it was fun. I think it was a good learn, especially for me anyway, in terms of just getting the minutes in.
mm,
Like there, I know if I turn up, I'm playing.
yeah.
Like there's no. I wasn't even the greatest back then. I feel like I've improved a lot as a player.
Oh, definitely.
Even yourself, because we were both still trying to.
Yeah,
But yeah, even back then, I wasn't playing properly like competitive football. It was just like goals or five-a-side sessions with our
mm.
friends here and there, and maybe going to a field to kick a ball about, and then the youth team. Then you invited me to band. I don't even remember how that happened. You just asked me if I was free Saturday mornings.
Yeah. I think it was just like it came to around because I joined in a weird way as well. I posted a video of me scoring a free kick on my Instagram, and one of the coaches from Band of Brothers hit me up and went, "Oh, do you want to come play? I didn't know you still played football." Sort of things. I didn't post, never really used to post anything. And I
Can
was
you
like,
name
"Yeah,
the?
still."
Can you name the coach?
Yeah, no, it's Shanice. Shan.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Yeah,
Shanice.
Shan.
Yeah,
So yeah, she was like, "Oh, do you want to come play?" So I was like, "Yeah, sure, no problem." Like,
Oh,
and then I
okay.
initially went, "I don't want to join as a goalkeeper though, because I'm done with being a goalkeeper." I
Oh
said,
my god, I didn't
I
know
said,
that.
yeah, so I said, I said I'm happy to join either as a centre back, DM, or striker. Anywhere in the middle, I'm happy to play. Like just
Wow.
because because I just said I just want to run around and kick ball and have fun. Like,
So the three most important positions on the football pitch, arguably, you wanted to play it in the whole spine. Centre back, CDM, or striker.
yep.
Wow, you are. You must have been really good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Because the first game, I didn't get to play the first game I went and watched. So the first game I went and watched because it was like, oh, you won't be able to play because I'm not registered yet. But I'll be able to play the week after. So I was like, oh, okay, but I'll come and watch just to see what the team was like. So I watched Band and Brothers lose 8-0, and I went, you know what? I went, you know what? Yeah, I'll still join. Because I was like, I still want to play football at the end of the day. So I was like, screw it. Who knows? It might just be a one-off. It wasn't a one-off.
It lasted for how many years?
Too long, 2 or 3 years. I
Lovely, you know.
One of the first games I played up Strike, I scored. We went 1-0 up, and I remember this because it came in from a corner. It got headed down to me. I managed to I say chest it. It just sort of bounced off my chest and went on the floor, and then I kicked it and just sort of like half volleyed it and went straight in the back of the net. I went nuts. We was like, oh my god, Band of Brothers are 1-0 up, and then we lost 21-1.
Excuse me? Oh,
Yeah,
stop.
yeah,
21-1.
yeah. And then when it got to about, when it got to about 17 or 16, I went, I'm going in goal because I had enough at that point, and I still conceded.
Conceded five.
I still conceded more, but I'd like to believe that I saved more than and then I let in, but that's a long time ago. I still remember one of the games we lost. I think we lost 5-0, and back then for Band of Brothers, that's a good result. I had the game of my life. Like I made ridiculous after like so many saves, and I had their team asking me if I wanted to join, but I was like so reluctant because I didn't know any of them, and I was like I don't want to go into it because I've joined other teams where I haven't known anyone before, and it's gone so south.
Even up till now, actually. Sorry.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, so it's like so and it's just I remember after that game. I was like, okay, well, I'm going to get man of the match. Back when we used to get little medals for man of the match.
Yeah, I remember.
And everyone was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to get man of the match. And I had got man of the match the week before as well. So I was like, oh, 2 man of the matches in a row. Sweet. Yeah. And the manager gave it to someone else. And everyone was like, everyone looked around and went, what? And everyone just sort of slowly clapped. And I was like, well, this is a piss take. But I didn't voice it. But that was the point where I was done with Band of Brothers because I just sort of went, I just don't care anymore.
When was this?
This is before you joined. It was the season before you joined.
Damn.
And at that point I was done. But the only reason I didn't leave is because I didn't ask around to join another team. I probably could have, but I didn't ask around.
Probably could have.
And then after a while, management changed and went into Ravens.
Oh, that was yeah. I mean, I remember when you asked me, and I didn't know what was going on. Do you remember when I brought? I don't know if you remember. I brought Zach one game as well.
Oh yeah.
But he stayed. Well, I went to see what was happening because you told me there's a team, and you said it's not the greatest. I didn't think it'd be that bad.
Yeah.
You said it's not the greatest, but we're still playing. I'm like, okay, you get minutes. I'm like, cool. So I went.
Yeah.
Yes, it was fun, and I think.
Yeah.
Do you know why? Because we had ourselves there as well. Like we had some of our friends there. That's why it was a bit more fun. And I met Tyler was there. I remember Tyler was a very nice guy. So just the certain individuals around there, I think made me stay a bit more. And you're right, because during the season, or like towards the back end of the season, I would never go and ask other teams if like, do you want a player? That just wasn't in my thing to do. So I just stayed. I think I stayed for like 2 seasons, I believe.
Yeah. I think there was one team where we both actually went up to. Do you remember after the game and we both went up to that team afterwards? Oh, it was Apex, and we went up and we went, oh, do you want any extra players? And they said yes,
and we just didn't.
But we didn't do anything with it. And
it was that I remember because I forgot what happened. But we were so pissed off that game. Yeah. I remember us going. I forgot who else we took, but yeah, it was 3 of us. But me and you were so let's just go and ask because I've had enough. We've had enough of this team. I forgot what happened.
And that wasn't even our last season. I think it was the season after was our last season because
we stayed. Yeah.
Yeah, we stayed for one more season. Because it kept I kept telling my missus, this is my last year. She was like, no, it ain't. And then obviously it did finally come to our last year. I think all of us left, and that's when actually Ravens disbanded because we were the spine. Me, you, Tyler, and some.
Have you explained already on the podcast how Band of Brothers changed to Ravens?
I haven't changed, no, because obviously I haven't gone into it, but because it was like we had obviously the manager in charge, and then someone else took over, and then it was all a bit of a kerfuffle.
From there, we brought in a lot of our players. Well, I'll say the name: Dimitri, Castle.
Yeah.
Brought D-Pro along for a couple of games, and that's when it went. It was just remember the preseason. We thought, okay, this could do something. We got the new kits as well. We were so excited with the new purple kits, and then we had our names on the back. We thought we were cool. It was the best season we've had as a Band of Brothers / Ravens. But it still was a shit season, man. I don't know what we were thinking.
I really don't know why we just didn't. Maybe it's because we didn't train. Maybe we didn't know whatever. But it wasn't. As a team, we just never gelled. And obviously, there were other people in the team who just didn't really care as well. And I and I know this now looking back. Back then, I was definitely more negative than I am positive now in the sense of football. Because back then, I used to just snap very easily. Because it was every week, I was having the same thing done. Someone would just run through the defense, no one would put a foot in, and I would just lose my freaking mind and start shouting. And obviously, I'm a lot better at that now because I'm a lot more calm, and I'm just like, trying to build people up instead of just tearing people down. Because if all you do is shout at people, it's only no one's going to care in the end. And I think when it became Ravens, we actually went on a little unbeaten thing after losing every game. I think it was like 4 games, 2 was it 2 wins, 2 draws, or 3 wins, 1 draw, something like that.
It was 2 wins, 2 draws, and we should have had 3 wins, but then I gave away a free kick at the last minute.
Yeah,
and we conceded from it.
Yeah, because it got put into the box. I think I saved the first initial shot, and then it went out for a rebound, and then it was an easy tap in.
Yeah, even from that, it was just fun. Just remembering now because we had our mate as our assistant manager, and then turned into manager because he technically took over the whole team at that point. And then I think it was just because our friends were around. It was probably it was fun. I won't lie. I did. There was moments when I came into it, and I was playing centre mid. I've never played. That was the first season I ever played centre mid ever, and I had fun there as well. So I didn't know I could do a job there. And no, it was. I just knew it wasn't going to continue after that, But I did say, to be honest, I think it was me not enforcing it because I did say if Ravens had another season, I would go back.
Yeah.
And it's because no one chased up or no one wanted to sign on again that I eventually moved to the team I moved to, which was Timecodes.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think I didn't really play for anyone for a period of time. I think I didn't, after Ravens, I wasn't really playing for anyone. I didn't join Timecodes. I didn't move anywhere else. I was very much just like, you know what, I feel like I just needed a break from football for a bit. So it was like, after so much losing everything of Ravens, it's like, do I just want to go to another team just to lose all the time? Because in the end, because obviously when you're in a team which you lose all the time, especially as a goalkeeper, you start questioning yourself, thinking, well, maybe it was me. Maybe I was the reason why we kept losing because I couldn't do whatever. But then obviously joining, I think my first game back after Ravens into a new team was Boca. I think.
Is it?
Yeah, I think it was Boca. You asked me to play, and it was like a quarter-final or round of 16 or something. And you went, oh, look, we need a keeper. Can you come down? Sort of thing. And I was like, yeah, sure, no problem. I saved the penalty on my first.
Is that the shootout?
No. So I think we just went through, and then the second one was the penalty shootout.
I forgot your first one.
Yeah, because I had a penalty in that. I saved the penalty, but I couldn't save the rebound.
Okay.
And then that was then it went to penalties. Yeah, and it went to penalties.
What was that game?
Yeah.
Oh, I do remember then. That was CSM. We played them in that was supposed to be the semi-final.
Yeah.
Remember, but it was a quarter-final. Yeah, we beat them, and we're gonna go through. Something like that. Yeah, it was something like that. Yeah, I remember that being your first game, and you basically won us secured us a spot for the next round.
Like, come on.
I scored a pen. That was a really bad pen, but I scored.
Yeah, I mean, as long as it goes in, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day.
Yeah, I remember that. That was your intro back to football then.
Yeah, because that's when I started playing football again, and then Boca I was very 50-50 with Boca because I wasn't really too committed at the time because I was like, I'm just sort of here.
And why was that? Let's get into it.
Laziness. That's all it is. Yeah, I mean, I've put on a lot of people may not know. I used to be like super skinny back in the day, like a stick sort of thing. Like there's old pictures of me, but you'll go back through Insta or Facebook, whatever. I'm so skinny, and then over a period of time, I just put on so much weight by being lazy and eating food. And I'm still in that position I am now, obviously, but I'm at the moment I'm like in the 50-50 of /losing, I'm like gaining, losing, so on. So I think I just went for a period of not being motivated, not being like I just don't care. Like I'm just if I turn up, I turn up, sort of thing. And yeah, I was just very much like don't care. Like I'm not gonna bother. And then obviously playing for City, Chingford Harriers. I played half a season with them because we were winning and losing, like it was like a mixture. But then it became very toxic, and I was like,
I never really asked you about that. How did it get to that point?
There were certain members. So no, it was great in the start, but there were still some members in the team who were a bit. Well, I'm not going to name them, but there were still some members in the team who were not. I don't know how to put it. Even if we would win a game, they would complain, and it's like I'm not like, come on, like I mean, when I'm not as in complain as in like, oh, we slacked off here, we should do better. It was like no, what you doing? No, like digging into people. And I'm thinking, mate, we won the game like 3-1 or something. Like, why are you so angry? And then yeah, so it just became a very and I was done. So at that point, and I was like, yeah, no, I'm done. Then obviously, then I started playing for City Gates. And then that's when I stopped playing for Boca towards the end of the season because I was like,
I know.
because I just started playing for City because I was like, I can't do both days. I tried doing both days at the start, but then I was getting injured on the Saturday to not let me play the Sunday.
Yeah, I remember that, and I remember the manager at Boca getting annoyed at that point as well. I think we're mixing up the timelines because I feel like
potentially because I was at Boca for a season before I joined.
Yeah.
I played
yeah.
I played one whole season, so that half a season. Then I played one whole season with Boca, and then I had a second. No,
I think you're wrong. So you stopped playing football from whenever from the season start from September to January, and I called you in for the semi-final in February. Let's try and be very exact. Let me get my calendar out.
We're getting exact dates, are we? God damn.
Yes, we're taking this very serious. I think it was February, like 2022-ish.
Yeah.
And then you played out that half of the season, and it went well. If you remember, we got to the semi-final.
I played every game. I was there for that half of the season.
We got to the I think we got to a semi-final with the game we played that you won us was supposed to be semi-final. It wasn't, so we had to do another semi-final with another team in a higher division than us. We lost 2-1, 3-2. Do you remember that game?
2-1.
It was about one. It was about one goal, and we lost that. And then the team was doing well at the time. And then I'm like, Lewis, you want to go again? You said yes. From I remember. You did.
I was like, yeah, I'm on it.
Then I think we went. I think there was another, and then from that that's when I joined City Gates, and that was our Saturday team. So we don't confuse. So this is our Sunday team, and then Saturdays we still had free. And then that's when you went to Chingford Harriers as well, right?
Yeah.
For that season.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and then obviously, then halfway through the season, stopped playing for Chingford. Then I joined City Gates, not by me asking. It was like, we need a goalkeeper because our goalkeeper's out injured or work related, something like that. So I was like, yeah, sure, no problem.
I brought you into teams.
Yeah, so there you go. You brought me into Boca and City Gates, and then we ended up winning the league. Eventually winning the league with City Gates. So I was like, oh my god, I've participated in winning the league.
How many games you played in total? Do you think for City Gates?
I think it was 4 or 5.
Did you get a medal?
No.
Did you get a medal?
No.
Oh, shut up! What?
No.
Oh, that's not fair.
I mean, I have the video is actually on my channel of the winning game anyway. Yeah. So I have that. That's all that matters.
Damn! I can't believe you didn't get a medal. I thought you were there with the presentation and whatnot. You were, weren't you?
No, I didn't get invited to the presentation.
No, you were there. Oh, you're lying.
No.
Who played for us in goal? The League Cup final we had.
The final league game of the season, I was there. Oh yeah. No, yeah, you're lying. I'm lying. Yeah, I'm getting dates confused.
Yeah, see, there you go.
I'm getting dates confused. So I have got a medal. I don't know where that. I actually don't know where that's gone.
Mine's. I'm not in my house because I'm in Alex's, my missus. But I've got it hanged up somewhere in my room, and it's landing right now.
I should probably find it because I've got a load of medals upstairs in the loft. I think it might just because I've got like I can't see it behind me. It's like a little mini trophy cabinet of all like medals and trophies I've got so far. But yeah, that was my winning the league was amazing.
Oh, yeah. It was incredible. It was my first league title ever. Yeah, like it was such a good team. I felt really part of the Seagate squad as well. They're really good players. Some of them are really good. And I remember and that was the same league we played with our Raven squad as well. Before everyone doesn't know, so we had a last season of Biden Brothers. During pre-season, I thought I'd just go and see what's like at Seagates. And then I joined up, played most games, and we just started winning. We just couldn't stop winning at one point, and we got to league title. We needed your help. You saved us a game actually. There was a game.
It was the first game I played.
Emmanuel.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
yeah. So
the first game the first game you asked me to come, which for some reason the first game I play for a team is normally my best game by the sound, because
yeah,
it's like a playing for a contract.
yeah, basically.
So when I
Yeah.
first joined, I made like quite a few good saves and stuff, and it was like yeah, and
Remember.
one on ones and stuff. So and after the game, there was like yeah, I got man of the match, and there was begging me to stay, sort of thing. It
Yeah.
was like you have to stay, you have to stay, and then after that, I just didn't perform to that same level again.
Yeah,
I
you
had
did.
no, I had good games, but it wasn't as good as that first game.
I think that there was more saves you had to make there, I believe. But yeah,
Maybe,
I get.
maybe, but
Yeah. But even so, that was a pivotal part to us winning the league anyway. Because if we didn't beat them, they were just behind us on
mm,
third, and we were second. So if we didn't beat them, we wouldn't have got to that opportunity anyway
yeah,
to have it all to play for.
yeah, it was phenomenal to be like, yeah, we want you back, sort of thing. I've had that from a few other teams before. It's like, yeah, we'd love to keep you, sort of thing. It doesn't always go to plan. Sometimes, you know,
Mm.
you don't play as good on a day, or sometimes you have the game of your life, sort of thing.
Mm.
And at that time, obviously, I wasn't playing for Boca because I was like, I'm sort of done, you know, like with Boca. I felt done
Yep.
with Boca.
Why did you give up at Boca? If you can
Main,
try. Brain.
I think there was two main reasons
Mm.
for not feeling Boca anymore. One of them was that I couldn't keep up with Saturday and Sundays. So I was like, okay, realistically, what team am I going to be playing for more, or not necessarily playing for more, but what's going to be the better football? So I thought, okay, by the feel of it, by between the two teams, I felt more comfortable on the Saturday. I
Mm.
didn't, and plus I felt like more people were bound to turn up on a Saturday because sometimes on Sundays we did struggle for players.
Yeah, I remember.
And then obviously that tiff happened with. Don't really want to. Obviously, I'm not going to badmouth
The manager.
anyone. Yeah,
Yeah.
the manager. I'm not going to badmouth anyone or whatever name
Mm.
wise. Obviously, we had a tiff, but I mean, I was joking around and stuff, and then it looked like it turned into something a bit more serious, and I was like, oh, okay. But I mean, but you know, but then I wasn't. It got to a point where it's like, well, I actually wasn't turning up because I actually had reasons. It wasn't like I was just bunking off. Like because Saturday I had injuries, or I was like, if I try to play, I ain't gonna play well. You might as well stick someone else in there.
Yeah, it's just people obviously they don't know the full story as
Mm.
well. It's just hard to sort of judge because obviously I know you,
Yeah.
and I knew the manager. Obviously I was sort of the middle ground because I brought you in as well,
Mm.
and I know you. You're playing football. I know you're very injury prone.
Yeah.
And I know something. I know you, and at that time it was. I don't want to again. I don't want to badmouth the team or anything because
Mm.
we'll get into it. But I'm sort of management there now. But at that time, people just didn't. There was a lot of players that just didn't care enough, and
Mm.
that matters. And we couldn't field a proper 11 or 12 with subs, to say,
Mm.
like every week, and we have to bring in ringers every week, and most of them were my friends as well. Anyways, like Dimitri and Jordan and yourself, and yeah, I don't know. I understand why you would pick your Saturday football because I was there too.
Yeah.
To your Sunday football, which I was there too. I was present. I wouldn't throw you by it, and people just don't know the full picture as to why I did that, and then that's
Mm.
probably why he saw you in a sour way or whatever happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I
Mm.
mean, like, obviously at the end of the season, I was very much like, I don't really know what I'm going to be doing next season, of who I'm going to join, if I'm going to try and join City Gates again. But I was very much like,
Mm.
okay, well, maybe this is like, obviously, in a very non-independent way. I was very much looking at, okay, where are you going? As in, like, okay, where's George going? Where's Dimitri going? Where's Jordan going? Where's everyone else going? Because I still want to play football with my mates at the end of the day.
That's yeah, that's exactly my thought process as well, and especially towards the end of seeing it, it's like I won the league. I was like, and everyone's like, oh, it's gonna be hard retaining next season. In my head, I'm like, I'll see. That it's not. I'm not being big headed and say I'm sick because I was one of the clogs that made that team work because it wasn't just me and it wasn't just you. It wasn't just one person. The whole team won it together. And yeah, as when it came towards the end of the season, because I knew I knew like between it's not between me and you, but between everyone and listening to this podcast, I was done with Booker as well towards the end of the season.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna stay. That was my full purpose. I wasn't gonna go anywhere. Like, I was out of there, and I was gonna look for another team in a high division, or just another team in the league that played football, good football, and are consistent each week. And I was gonna go back to Azteca at one point. I remember that. I was like, I didn't know what this summer was gonna be a crazy one for me because I didn't know what was gonna go on in terms of footballing wise. But I knew I wasn't gonna stay at Boca. And I didn't know, and I didn't know if I was gonna stay at Seagate either. But I think I was leaning towards that because we won our league title. We lost our cup final, so we lost the cup, but we won the
Yeah.
league. It would be a good time to get revenge on the other team. We played A&M, and and yeah, don't know where your head was at during that. But yeah, actually, to be
Yeah,
fair, it was the same thing as you. I wanted to see what my because I wanted to enjoy my football. There's not going to be many years of us playing
yeah.
as you say together because time, like as we said, time will go quick, time will go fast. So
Mm.
I want to enjoy it and play with my friends as well as much as I can.
Because yeah, it's not just like, oh, we could look at an age wise. I know goalkeepers can go on longer, and Saturday Sunday league football is not demanding as obviously semi-pro or pro, obviously.
Mm.
So we could obviously have another 5 to 10 years, maybe more
Yeah.
together of playing football every Saturday or Sunday. But what people don't take, what that's not taken into account of life. Like, okay,
Mm.
when we all start having, if you just in the future decide to have kids, or when I have kids with my missus, it's like, where are people moving? People are going to live in
Mm.
different
Mm.
places, you know what I mean? Or
Mm.
work is going to change for some people. There's so many different factors in life which we don't know. So it's like, okay, well, let's just enjoy the football we can. And I was very much like,
Mm.
okay, I want to see where my mates are going to make the most of this, because I don't really want to join another team where I don't know anyone.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then saying that, obviously, you obviously you got into a position which I didn't even know. I don't think anyone knew it was going to happen, or if it was even on the cards. But you have now joint taken over Boca with someone
Yeah.
else. How did that even like come into fruition? Was it?
Yeah. So I only found out, I guess, the last two games of the season during with Boca that Tim wasn't going to manage anymore,
Yeah,
and Felix wasn't going to be there anymore. So both Team and Felix are both management there, and they just didn't want to. I think they were just done with it because it was hard to sort of obtain everything over there.
yeah,
Because it was towards the end of the season we didn't even win. The
mm,
first couple of games during the season were all right. We had got like 6 or 7 wins on the trot, and then I don't think we got. I think we got one win from in 2023 from that the half season. I don't think we
mm.
won at all.
Yeah.
It was
That's because of
terrible.
me. I left. Yeah, man.
Yeah. No, it was terrible, and yeah, they won it out. And then the last game of the season, he goes. I think Ben wanted to was taking over. Tim comes up to me and he goes, "Hey, wanna? I don't know if you are interested in taking over in any way, doing things your way." And I was like, "No." I was so I was so burnt about it. I forgot. I think we won that game as well. We did win that game.
Yeah,
I forgot what the score was, but we won that game. And I was like, "No, not really, mate. I'm sorry." Because my head was already. I'm going to another division. I'm going to back to Aztec. I'm going to see what other teams would want,
yeah,
like me as a right back or whatnot. And I was there. Then then I took that and then I went back to. I spoke to my missus. I spoke to my mom. I spoke to my friends. I'm like, yeah, there's a position there. They said to take over and whatnot. And then like, well, why don't you give it a think over? I'm like,
mm,
I don't really want to do it. And then like, but yeah, no. And then I thought if I'm gonna ever manage a team, it will be this because everything's already set out. Like all the admin's sort of done. Well, I'm still working things out, but the admin's done out. The team's there. We got our kit.
mm,
It's gonna be one of my only times to manage a team. And I thought, and I'm gonna do it with Ben, as
mm.
co-managers. And I thought, why not? I thought, let's just do it. Let's see how it goes. And again, one of my terms and conditions were, one of my things were I need to bring in Jordan, the coach.
Yeah,
I need someone on the sideline making those subs instead of someone playing and then making the subs, which
yeah,
just doesn't make any sense. I need someone watching the game over, looking at it from like just the spectator's point of view. And I'm like, so asked Jordan straight away. I'm like, do you want to do this every Sunday morning? Because he liked it at Ravens, so he was doing the job at Ravens back in the day. And I was like, do you want to do this? Because I'm not going to do this without you.
mm,
Basically, said I'm like, and I needed you on board as well.
yeah,
I'm not doing this without my keeper either, because I need a consistent good keeper, and
yeah,
Lewis is not
mm,
guy. And I want with you and Jordan on board. That's two friends. I'm fine with that,
mm,
and I can lead this lead this club as well. Jordan said yes. You said yes. I said let's do it. And
yeah.
now, yeah, I've been sort of organizing the friendlies, the trainings, and it's been going well. I believe we just had our first, not to give away the date, but we just had our first friendly.
Yeah, I
And
mean, yeah, we had our first friendly the other day or yesterday,
yesterday,
and yeah, it went obviously really well. There were definitely positives and negatives to take from that,
Mm.
especially in my own game because I had a really good game up to one point and where I made a big mistake. And that
um,
video will be out on my channel at some point once I download everything.
mm,
I made a big blunder of trying to catch the ball, and it just went straight through my hands and went into the back of the net. I think halfway through, I think the second half, because we played in thirds because it was a friendly.
I don't know why. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. It is what it is. But regardless, it was in the final third in the last half an hour of the game. I think a lot of our team lost concentration at the back, including myself. I sort of was zoning in and out of the game. And then when that shot came in, I just sort of went to catch it, and I wasn't really properly concentrating. I just went like that and just went through my hands into the back of the net. And
I couldn't believe it.
I just looked at the ball and went, "Oh, for fuck's sake!" And because I could hear you calling me, and I looked at you and I just went, "I know."
Yeah. No, I just wanted you to acknowledge me a little and acknowledge the mistake as well. I went,
Yeah.
Lewis.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, at least you're like, I know. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
cool.
So
Like,
I know.
yeah.
Because there was something. Because I said, obviously, I made not like a speech, but like I said a little thing afterwards after we finished the game and spoke to each other, and it was actually something Ben Foster said, and I never really thought about it this way before, especially from a goalkeeper point of view, and it was obviously what he said was like, once he started to go, if I make a mistake, it is what it is. I'll just own up to it. He started just to feel a lot more freer in goal and play better. And I'm like, I've never played that way. I've always played very much on the fence of, I don't want to make a mistake, I can't make a mistake. And that always made me more on edge and more prone to mistakes, I would say.
Yeah.
And so obviously I want to change up this season completely and change the way I play at the back, like be a bit more expressive and actually just throw myself at the ball and that sort of stuff, because I haven't really played like that for a long while, in my opinion. And obviously the only reason I started playing for Boca again was because you said you were taken over, and you
I don't think you would have come back otherwise.
No. if you went, because obviously if you weren't taken over, I don't think you would have stayed.
Nah.
But because you said, look, I'm taking over, and I think you went, I think I've got Jordan on board for coaching as well. I was like, okay, yeah, I'm on it. Then
that helps, innit? Yeah.
Because I was like, yeah, I'm on it. Like, I'm more than happy to play, because then I still get to play with my mates. Sort of the same thing. Like, yeah, you went back to Boca. I was like, yeah, the fact that you're managing taking over is going to make it a lot easier for me as well, because me and you get on really well. So it's like I'm going to have no qualms and anything like that. And you understand that if I am injured, or if I'm like, look, I just can't make this weekend, you're more understanding. If when I'm telling someone who I don't know, it's a lot. I can understand from their point of view. It's like, oh, for fuck's sake, he's our goalkeeper. Why can't So I get it from both sides. But yeah, it's like just pre-season game. I feel like went really well.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. It was bearing in mind it was our first time I've met some of the players and first time we've ever played together. We played well, but not to be too negative, but we were meant to do that against this team.
Yeah.
That's why we played them first. We were meant to have a good, like, if we could, I wanted to see if we could actually just pass the ball straight and stuff. So it was good. What was expected happened, which is good. So me and Jordan spoke about it, and we're both happy with how it's going, but it's just, we're going to be playing better teams. This, especially the next friendly we have now, which you might know the score of. We might do it once this releases. So hopefully it'll go well. And now it's just exciting. It's no. I've never spoken to a team like that. I've done the team talks now for like the start of the game and the middle of the game. Like it's different for me. I need to learn how to project my voice a little bit.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how do you feel going? Because obviously there must be there feels a different feeling around Boca. But not only that, it must have such a different feeling for you to go from being a player to then being a manager, joint manager. It must be completely different. Like, how does it actually feel?
It's different because when I was a player, I turn up and see what's going on today. Now, this is my team now. I've got to remember, this is my team. And Jordan's as well. Like, this is my team now, and alongside the other lot. So I care so much more. It's I know you mean, but it's the same team, but it's just not the same team.
Yeah.
Even in terms of personnel, how we're trying to run things, how we're communicating on chats as well. I'm trying to make people talk to me like they can connect to me and sort of come up to me in whatever way and talk about formations, talk about if they're happy or not. And I'm trying to make that, because I don't think that it was there last season. Not to discredit anyone who was in charge, but it just wasn't there. They weren't our age either. Like it's just a bit of a gap there as well. So there might be something to do with that. But they were lovely people either way. Now I'm trying to instill. Gone.
No, I was just gonna say, like, obviously now that you're going to be managing and stuff like that, and obviously that Jordan's going to be doing the changes on the sideline, because obviously we have found out in the past from other people managing other teams going, okay, I know I'm putting myself wherever I want to put myself, sort of thing. Are you very much just going to be sticking with, okay, I'm just playing right back, or are you going to be like, no, I want to play DM, CM as well, sort of thing? Because I know you can play both.
That's why I have Jordan there. He would be the judge of that. I don't mind where I play. For example, we have a lot of centre mids. The friendly we just played, I was supposed to be starting centre mid. And I was speaking to Jordan, he's like, you're going to be there. I'm like, no. And everyone was telling me that they're CDM, CM. I'm like, let them try it out. Let them play there. And if they're better than me, so be it. I'm more than happy to move out to the right back position. And if someone's better than me on right back, I'll happily move to the bench. Like, as long as everyone's performing well, there's no... If the team's doing well, I don't care. Do you know what I mean?
Try goalkeeper if you want.
Goalkeeping that's too easy. I'll be doing anything and catch a ball.
Yeah, true.
No, like just going back on the different point, it's just it's the vibe's just different now as being manager. Like it's not that I have to care, it's that I care. Like I do care now as well. Because before I wouldn't even have an ounce, a penny to say, like when we're doing our team talks. Now it's not that I have to lead it. I have to and I want to.
Yeah.
When I'm speaking to the team, I'm caring more. I'm sort of analyzing what we're doing wrong more, and just focus on the players and what they can do to improve, or again what they're doing well, different things like that. But it's challenging as well. It is really challenging trying to take the player and manager roles, trying to separate it. When I was playing the friendly, sometimes I saw at the game I was just focusing on individual players to see how they're doing, but I'm not focusing on my game now.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna try, and that's why Jordan's here, because I'm trying to push the subs, the sort of player management towards him, and I'll take on the admin, the finances, and I also have myself in the lineup because I'm manager. You know what I mean? So but yeah, it's exciting. It is really exciting. It's weird I never knew I'd care so much about Boca.
Yeah.
In my head, I never would have cared so much like back last season.
Yeah, and I don't know what it is, but this season feels different for me in a way of like, I just want to get back to where I was, sort of thing. Like I want to get back to being good.
Because your friends are managing the team. Like, how can you? Like, my friends are playing for the team. Like, we're here. Like, it's nice. It's nice to have everyone sort of be our thing now. Because it's your team as well now. You've been here for what? It's your third season now. Let's say.
Say second half.
Yeah, it'd be your sort of season, and with the people you know. Now Jordan's in as well. Like, he's our long time friend. Him being on the side, doing everything. Yeah.
And I feel like this year, I mean, I had an offer from. I actually told Jordan, I don't know if I told you, I had an offer from another team, and I said no. We say where?
What team?
So it's a team it's a Saturday League team in much higher divisions than us. So they were in the Essex Senior Division, and that had been promoted from that.
Okay.
But I've said no because I said I already made a commitment, sort of thing. But they play, they just got promoted, and they're apparently a really really good team. And they're about, I think they're 5 or 6. Like I said to Jordan, I could be wrong with this. I said anywhere between 4 and 8 promotions away from basically where Wrexham were.
Oh shit! No way.
So like quite a very different level sort of thing. And I was very much like, you know what? Like, well, see what I said. I'll message you at the end of the season. See what happens, but. It's just, I said at this moment in time, there's nothing I can sort of do for you. I said it in a much nicer way, obviously, but I was like, there's nothing I can really do at this point in time. I've really made a commitment. I've signed on. I can't do both days again. I need to keep myself fresh and ready for Sunday.
Yeah. No, I didn't know that. So yeah, no, thank you.
Well, I mean, like at the end of the day, it's priorities, innit? Like I've made a commitment, and I've given my word to yourself and Jordan, sort of thing. So it's like. I should honour that. I shouldn't go, nah, you know what? I could do both days again, and then realise halfway through I can't.
God, yeah.
Because obviously it's not just playing on the Saturday. It's travelling because it's everywhere. It's not just in one place all the time. It's everywhere. So it'd be more of a strain to play on Sunday. So it's like, no, I need to keep myself free. I've kept my word. But obviously, so far, I know we've only had one pre-season game. I'm actually hoping to do obviously another podcast with you at some point, about maybe halfway through the season or the end of the season. It's obviously like an update sort of thing. But at the moment, what would you say are the main challenges you've come up against in like taking over and maybe trying to sort things out?
Player management. It's so hard to get players. It's not even about. At the start, it was recruitment, so getting players on board to the project, to the team.
Mm.
The second is managing players as well. It's once you're in like in this position where you're handling about 15 to 20 people to see if they want to turn up and play football on a Sunday, and you know what? It's not going to get easier because this is summer. So when it comes to like winter time as well, when it's raining and people don't want to play in the morning, that's when it's gonna matter. So it's all about. So yeah, it's dealing with different people because not everyone's the same. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So some people I can just message and be like, oh, like you're my friend. I can just message you, be like, you're available here, you did this, that. You haven't paid, but you'll pay straight away anyway.
Yeah.
Other people take their time for payments. Um, there's also a lot of, for example, on the FA website, we have we have to do our admin bit. We have to make sure we're accredited. We have to make sure we are registered in RAM our players. We have to have first aid done. I just done a first aid course yesterday, so we can actually play in the league.
Mm.
And it costs £30, which we take from the club. But yeah,
Yeah.
people don't understand how expensive as well. Not expensive, but it's pricey to run this team.
Yeah.
So when people are not paying the sign-on fees or not even letting me know that, oh, I can pay this much this week, this much that week, and whatnot, it makes things difficult. And you can't just keep chasing them up as well. If I keep chasing them up every day saying pay your money, it's not worth it either, is it? If you want to be
Yeah.
here, you want to be here, and if not, then you, you're not. But again, when I was a player, I can understand because I would take my time with these things as well. I never really took notice of it either, so I don't want to take it to heart.
Yeah.
Because when I was paying off, I'm like, oh, I just forget. I generally just forget to tell my manager, oh, sorry, I forgot to pay the rest of the money. Here you go. Or when subs come in, I take my time to pay them as well. So I can't. I am being lenient on stuff like that as well. But yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's the most difficult bit. It's just handling the players and them not knowing that these things, the things you're paying for are for things for the club, not my wallet.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm not taking the money and putting it into my account. No, there's things like affiliation, league fees. We have to pay for. People thought we didn't pay for pitches. We pay for these pitches monthly on a monthly basis. We need these monies. So yeah.
Yeah. George was like, yeah, I can't make it. I'm on holiday again. So this guy's been going everywhere lately. What's going on?
I gave him £250 the other day. Like
Yeah.
it was two sign-on fees. Where's he
Yeah,
going?
where's he going? This guy. But yeah, to wrap
Yeah.
up on Boca, obviously we have spoken about this individually as a team, sort of like in individual goals and stuff like that. Realistically, would you like us to like place in the table? Like,
Yeah.
what would you want for Boca this season?
Yeah, I've said it. Yeah, we made it a thing at the team to sort of ask our goals for the season, and I kept saying just keep playing and the consistency from the team. I feel like people will turn up if they're having fun. And then I remember where that quote from the Band of Brothers go, what was it? This is not for fun. What
Oh
was it?
yeah, yeah, no fun FC. Yeah,
No fun
we
FC.
kept saying no fun FC. He's like, you're not here for fun. You're here to play
Yeah.
football. We was all
This
like,
is the
what?
this is the complete opposite. I want this to be a fun place to play football.
Yeah,
Of course, some results may not go away, but as long as we get on the ball, keep the ball moving, and I want it from now, from today. No one knows each other. From today, we don't know how everyone plays. I want to at least get to half of the season to know our best playing positions, our best movements, so we know who can run, who can't run, different abilities. And I'd want to say in the table, I'm aiming for a top four finish, and I'd want promotion. I want to battle for the league at least, or battle for promotion at least. But I'm not too focused on that. I won't lie. The other people think different in the management team as well. They sort of want the titles. I want a good cup run as well, but if we're not having fun whilst doing it, I don't see the point.
yeah. I mean, that's
I want this to be a fun environment for players to come and just play their football. Because
yeah,
I've come into this wanting to just play my football. I don't want it to be such a toxic environment where, for example, I've been in teams where they fine you for turning up late. If you're late, you just won't start. That's what
Yeah.
we're gonna. I'll tell you, that's what's gonna be. If you turn up late, your starting position's gone. Even you,
Yeah.
Lewis.
yeah. Damn it! I was about
You
to
turn
say. I was about to say. I have a lifeline, right? I'm the only keeper, like.
Yeah. No, you're fine.
No,
But yeah,
but
obviously, I know you want to take the piss. Yeah.
yeah, no,
Like
I
I know
was
you
gonna
want
say,
to take the piss.
I was gonna say, regardless, I'm gonna turn up on time anyway because
Yeah.
I still need to set an example of just because I'm a goalkeeper and I'm the only goalkeeper doesn't mean I get to turn up
Yeah,
late and be
of
like,
course.
oh, I get to turn up because I'm a goalkeeper. No one's gonna take my position. No, because if I keep doing that, it's yes, it's hard to find a keeper, but at the same time, if you really look, it's not that hard at the same time. You can. It's just whether they'll
Yeah.
be on par, better or worse. That's all it is.
Yeah. Finding better than you is not hard.
That's true.
It's just
They just won't come to Boca.
yeah, wow, good one. Well done. No. But yeah, no, for the team, yeah, I'll just relay the same. It's about having fun and playing football, man. Because we ain't got. I mean, this is like side way, but we're hitting our peak soon. Me and you, Lewis.
Yeah.
27, 28 is our peak. We need to be in top form for that.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, it's just about having fun and playing football, man. I just want to turn up every week and have a laugh with the boys, these new boys over there, and play a good football, win a game or 10 or 20.
All of them.
And all of them, why not? But yeah, I think that's my goal. What about you? Like, I've not asked you before.
Yeah,
but
I mean, I think my goal was very similar. I mean, I do have one. So I have something which I haven't really told a lot of people, or I think anyone. I've set myself in the team in a way of I have a realistic goal of what I would like, and then I have a overachievable goal. So like something, if we hit it, that's absolutely amazing, but it's not realistic.
Okay.
Obviously, like achievable goals, I would see as top 4 / promotion fight, like battling for promotion, and also I would like to keep at least 3 clean sheets throughout the season as a minimum, like and extend on that sort of thing and be able to like get fitter and play better. Where an overachievable goal would be to battle for the title, because obviously it's our first season really as a whole new team. It's a battle for the title, and obviously with that, obviously automatic promotion, and then have half of the games which we play as clean sheets. But once again, that's like a very hard goal to hit, especially because I'm not the only one reliable for clean sheets. It goes on as a whole team. People might be like, oh, it's just defenders a goalkeeper. No, it's a whole team thing to have a clean sheet, because everyone's got to work to get back and so on. But yeah, for me, I mean, that's my goals for Boca, sort of thing. Like, it's not really going to change, but it's when you speak it into existence, you know, it's going to happen.
Yeah, no, it's positive. It is positive to hear that as well. It's nice that I feel like it's nice having Jordan on board, because I would never thought of these goals thing either. He's asked every player what their individual goal or what their goals for the team is, which is good. I've just never heard of that.
Yeah, I think especially for what I saw on our friendly like before we started playing, when he asked everyone again, because obviously we asked training but there wasn't all of us there. I could see some people being very hesitant about it, because it's like, oh, this is awkward, or this might be cringy and stuff like that, where realistically it's not. It's no one's really ever asked people that before, if that makes sense.
No, I know what you mean.
But you know, that's a lot about Boca. And on the topic of football, but a team at a much lower level, how do you think Chelsea will do this season?
You know what? I'm positive. I know people will hate me for this. Oh, it's gonna come back to buy me some YouTube and everything. But I feel like we'll do well. I'm just gonna put it that. I feel like we can do well.
Yeah.
We, basing off pre-season, Nicholas Jackson looks amazing. Mudryk is on fire.
But yeah, I mean,
we're getting Caicedo.
No.
Still doesn't confirm, but when this comes out, I'd hope he's in our team. I love Caicedo. Enzo's he's such a baller. I love Enzo. And Reece James will be back. We signed Gusto. Our left backs are a bit shoddy, Cucurella and Chilwell, but hopefully they'll turn it up. Thiago Silva with his dominance and leadership. Yeah, I think I have to be positive. I just have to be, and I am.
How do you feel about Pochettino as well?
I'm gassed. He's amazing. He's a good manager. We needed something different in the team. I don't know what happened with Potter. Potter absolutely crumbled. Lampard came in for no reason.
I mean, he's caretaker manager, innit? I mean, with Potter, when he went, it was a bit of an odd one. I mean, at the same time, if you're Potter doing really well with Brighton, and Chelsea, for a lot of managers, could be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Yeah. But it's very hard to... I can't imagine how hard it is to take over a team like Chelsea and try and battle with like the best of the best sort of thing. And Potter obviously just couldn't handle it, or just wasn't up for the for that particular challenge at that time.
I really wanted him to do well. He was really good at Brighton. He set out the blueprint there, and he was such a nice guy. Like, I really wanted him to do well. And then the results weren't coming through, man.
Yeah,
they just weren't coming through, and I just towards the end of the season, I lost all. Well, towards the end of his that time at Chelsea, I lost it with Chelsea, man. I didn't know what was going wrong, because we had the players as well. It wasn't as we didn't have the players. We signed Enzo in January. He didn't put a foot wrong, to be fair, but the team just wasn't gelling together. And it has to do something with management. It just has to be, right?
Yeah.
Because when you're bringing all these world class players, obviously you don't expect them to just throw them in the pitch and score.
Yeah. It doesn't work like that, but yeah.
Defend, yeah. So I feel like we needed a bit of Pochettino because we need different ideas in the club. So I'm happy. I'm happy he's here, and I can't wait to see how the season's gonna go. Because our first game's against Liverpool
Yeah. Oh,
this
yeah.
Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
Where
Sunday.
do
So
you reckon realistically Chelsea finish? If you were to predict a Chelsea finish this season, where would you put them? First.
I'm gonna say second or first.
Oh, really? First? Oh, City. Come on. Like,
Yeah, I'll say second or third. Okay, you know what? If we're doing, let's do your approach. Realistic goal and overachieve.
there you go.
Realistic top four,
Mm.
because I need to get back in the Champions League.
Yeah.
Yeah. When did we even finish this season? We finished like 11th or 10th. Oh, what a mess. I don't even
Something
care.
12th. I don't know. 8th.
Yeah, I don't know. But you know what? Anyway, we're way below par. We're not even in the Europa League, for God's sake. Do you know? Like, I've not heard this in so many years. So yeah, back to European football, but I'd say Champions League football. That's the goal I'd want for Chelsea. If not, the overachievable goal, I'd second.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Second.
mean that's fair. I mean, especially with I feel like Poch would definitely get the best out of a lot of your players
I
because
really
it's a
hope
very
he does,
young.
yeah.
So Poch does it very well with a young group of players as well. Like he did it at Tottenham, he did it at Southampton. He's a very good manager with that when it comes to those sort of players. Obviously, PSG was a whole different challenge for him because he had people like Mbappe and Neymar, and I think Messi was there as well at the time. So it was like, you know, very, very established world class players already. Where at Chelsea you have maybe a few world class players, but they're not really established yet, or they're still too young to be like they haven't hit their peak or anything. And obviously, I know you mentioned a couple of players before. I was going to say, is there any particular standout stars so far in pre-season you've been watching? Was it so Enzo and Jackson?
Jackson. I'll say Jackson. I like Mudryk, but I'll say Jackson because he just came in as well. Jackson's probably one to watch. If I'll be surprised if he doesn't do well. He looks again. It's just preseason, so no one can really base anything off preseason nowadays.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jackson and Enzo. I think, and if Caicedo comes in, I think he'll fit right into to Chelsea's sort of system because him and Enzo together, yeah, magic. I honestly can't wait, and they're so young as well because I think they're both about 21, if I'm not mistaken, 21, 22, around that age, both of them. So yeah, who else would I think Thiago Silva's he's getting a bit too old. I think he's
38, 37?
Yeah, 38. I think he's
Something
just
like that,
he's old now, so I think we have to limit his game time as well. We just signed a keeper, Sanchez.
Oh, yeah, you did. Was that Brighton's keeper? Was it? Yeah.
Brian's keeper. Yeah, we signed Sanchez as well. So there you go. There's competition now for Kepa.
Yeah, because Mendy wasn't playing at the end towards the end of the season, so I don't know.
He was injured, then came back and just terribly. I don't know what happened. And he was one of the best. He was the best keeper at Chelsea.
Yeah.
Like when he was playing, like he was one of the reasons we won the Champions League. We had a good cup run there.
Timo Werner, mate.
So glad he's gone. You know, I wanted, and he was a nice guy. I want him to do well.
I love that man.
I love that man.
Do you think Chelsea will finish above Tottenham this season?
Is that a question you want to ask?
Yeah, go on. What do you think? Because you finished below us this season.
I know, but you're actually asking, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Clip this if I'm wrong, but there's no way we're not getting above you. No way.
But you're not getting above Tottenham.
We're not. So we are.
You mean you are?
We are. I worded that wrong, didn't I?
Yeah, you said there's no way we aren't.
There's no way we are. No, I made sense.
You said
there's no way. It's like saying there's no way we're beating this team. There's no way we're not beating this team.
There you go. That's the one you meant. Yeah.
There's no way we're not. Yeah, so I said it right. So no way we're not. So you corrected me for no reason.
No, I thought you said there's no way we are finish above Tottenham. That's what I thought you said.
We're not.
I didn't hear not. Yeah. So you're definitely finishing above Tottenham.
Yes.
Okay.
Why are you laughing?
I mean, we'll see what happens, innit? Go on. Who do you reckon who will win? I mean, I feel like it's an obvious answer, but do you think City will win back to back again? Do you reckon they win the league?
Yes.
You don't think anyone else will really? I mean, I know Arsenal had a very good
I think
season
Arsenal,
this year.
Yeah, they had their run. You can't do. You just can't. I don't think we can knock City off unless something like mad, incredible happens with one of the teams, like Arsenal's run.
Yeah.
I don't think Arsenal can replicate that. They have good players. Don't get me wrong. I like their team. I hate their fans, but I like their team. So I wasn't, and they got Declan Rice. To be fair, now, I just don't think. Once they hit that winning streak and they were hitting that sort of winning mentality, I just don't. I think you get that once every so often, and I don't think they can do it 2 years in a row. Personally, I could be wrong. With Arsenal, but Man City are just they have so much depth, man.
Yeah.
They'll sign whoever now as well. Like I don't think they have a weak link in there right now. That's the most craziest thing. They have depth in centre back, centre mids, forwards. They probably have the best in arguably. So it's not a fact. Arguably one of the best centre mid in the league and the best striker in the league. Haaland and De Bruyne. And again, arguably one of the best centre backs they have there. We have Ruben Diaz as well. Again, arguably we can throw in other names as well, but they're still top quality. That's a spine there. That's just it's crazy, man. Yeah.
Would you say your top 7 are?
Well, this is hard. So C first.
So yeah, City first, yeah.
Who's second?
That's what I mean. So for me, I think in my head, I think I had Liverpool second because I don't think they'll have another bad season in a row.
I think it'll be what am I doing? City, Chelsea. We'll put Liverpool, United, Arsenal, Tottenham. 7th.
Newcastle.
Crap, Newcastle. You're right.
Yeah, because Newcastle are now in the fray. But will they do it? Will they do it? Because the point I made, I can't remember who I was talking to, but the point I made was Newcastle and Arsenal are now both have European football, where they didn't have European football now. So they're going to need a bigger squad, and it's going to be got to have no injuries and stuff like that. So it's whether they can keep all of that together and then finish, up there. So it's going to be a whole different ballgame where Tottenham and Chelsea, they don't have European football this season, sort of thing. So it's.
I think maybe you're right then. With Tottenham and Chelsea without European football, I think we'll be up there then. But yeah, City, Chelsea. I'll stick with Liverpool. Arsenal will struggle. United as well. Then they didn't do too bad last season. I'll put United there. Newcastle, Spurs, Arsenal. Arsenal 7th.
Oh wow.
Arsenal 7th. Have that, you fucking wankers.
Nice.
I love the team, but I hate their fans, man. Two of my closest friends are Arsenal fans, and I hate them.
Do you have any thing of who do you reckon is going to get relegated?
Oh, I don't know. I wouldn't know anything about Bournemouth.
I was going to say because there's not. I mean, there's one team obviously who came up. Luton came up, obviously.
Yeah, they did.
I think they did the 10-year thing of they came from like the bottom league all the way to the Prem within 10 years, which is absolutely ridiculous for any team.
And guess
to
what?
achieve.
They're going right back down. I'd hope they're not, but I think they're good. It's just history. I think they just go back down.
Well,
prove me wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to see Luton stay up, but obviously, who knows what will happen.
Yeah.
So a couple of things to finish off the pod. We've got 10 would you rathers. Some of them are football, and some of them are just completely random. So we'll start off with some of the football ones. Would you rather be a star player in a team who gets relegated, or only play 1/2 games a season in a team who wins the league?
Can I ask a question?
What's your question?
Do I get a medal if I win the league?
Do 1 or 2 games get you a medal?
I don't think they do, but I'm asking you.
So.
You don't. Can I post an Instagram picture with the trophy?
Yeah, you could do that. Yeah.
Oh, I'm going for that team. and I'll probably get paid more. I'm going there.
But if you're a star player in a relegated team, surely you get picked up by a bigger club.
Oh, but I thought you said it's just a season.
Yeah,
you're talking about life. Career.
No, okay. We'll say just a season. Yeah, so you just.
League title, please, all day.
All right, Messi or Ronaldo?
Messi.
So quick.
Yeah.
Haaland or Mbappe?
Mbappe. Yeah.
I think I don't know because obviously I've watched more of Haaland.
Haaland's a better goal scorer. Yeah, Haaland's a better goal scorer. Haaland knows he can fit into the system very well when you just need someone to score goals. Mbappe can change the game like that.
Yeah, I mean look what he did in the World Cup. final,
That's something to say.
which was unreal. The only thing, obviously, with Mbappe and Haaland for me is that I prefer Haaland's personality. I just think he's so funny. With Mbappe,
Again, if you talk about okay, see, you need to base the question differently.
Haaland or Mbappe. That's just as a whole.
As a person,
as a whole.
Okay, footballer Mbappe, personally Haaland.
Would you rather have the ability to see 10 minutes into the future or 150 years into the future?
Just once.
Just once.
150 years. Why would I pick 10 minutes in the future? I can just wait 10 minutes.
Yeah, because what happens if, like, so I'll try and give you a scenario. I was trying to think of a scenario before this, but I couldn't think of one. I'll think of one now. So say, for example, like, you're about to do something which could potentially change your life, or to your life change in your life, and you will find out within those 10 minutes. That's the thing. Like, you could imagine you do something and bang, you find out within those 10 minutes.
I feel like you're putting a very specific scenario into my head, which you want me to lean towards 10 minutes.
No, I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying. But like that is with 150 years. There's not much. Obviously, you'll be able to see the future, see if what has changed. Could be amazing, could be whatever. Like, but nothing really looking into the future in the next 150 years is really going to be beneficial to you. Then again, those 10 minutes, depending on how you when you use it, could be the same.
No, I think I'd rather do 150 because I don't think anything. 10 minutes I can wait.
Yeah,
I can wait the 10 minutes.
Would you rather be chronically underdressed or overdressed?
Ooh, I think over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Imagine setting up with like a tracksuit to like a wedding or something. Yeah, I think I'd.
Yeah.
I think I'll do. Yeah, I think I see overdressed.
Yeah, I feel like.
But then imagine coming to Boca, third league game in a tux.
Nah, man, I'll rate it. Final game of the season, everyone turns up in suits.
No, but then how'd you overdress?
No, I was just joking around.
Overdressed.
Yeah, I feel like overdress is the safer bet because imagine you go to like an event and then like you said, you just turn up in a trackie and everyone's like in like some really nice dresses and suits or tuxes or whatever, and it's like, oh, okay, yeah, maybe I should have put some effort in.
Yeah.
Would you rather have everyone you know be wait what? Would you rather Would you rather be able to read the thoughts of everyone you know, or for everyone? Okay, no, I've messed this one up completely. There we go. Okay, now I've read it. Would you rather have everyone be able to read your thoughts, or everyone to be able to have access to your internet history?
Oh, internet history.
Well, not looking up dodgy things then, at least.
Neato, mate.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Nah, they can see everything.
Internet history. Yeah, I've not done internet history.
Yeah, I feel like internet history.
I feel like reading your thoughts is a bit. Say you come in underdressed to a party, you can just read it straight away and be like, "Wow, what's this guy thinking?" Yeah, no, that's too no. Yeah, it'd have to.
Because of it, like obviously people go, "Oh, don't let your intrusive thoughts," because you could just think something really messed up, but you like it doesn't mean anything because it's just like just a passing thought. But it's like, oh my god, is this guy mental? Is this guy crazy?
You do that anyway. You let your intrusive thoughts be you all the time.
What do you mean? Would you rather spend a week in a forest or a night in a real haunted house? So obviously in a forest, I'll give you like camping equipment, that sort of shit. You're not just on your own in the forest. I'll give you like the bare essentials to like survive that week, basically. Or would you rather spend one whole night in a real, like an actual haunted house?
I'm going to go over the forest because I know how animals move. I know animals exist. If it's a real haunted house with ghosts and stuff, I don't know how to protect myself with a ghost.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
But I try to hit them with something and it goes through them.
Yeah, you'll be like, well, I'm done.
Precisely.
Take me.
I think it'll be fun.
I mean, like Boy Scouts, innit? You just go camping.
There you go. I already have experience in it, so I'll pick that.
There you go. You're sorted, really, innit? Would you rather be forced to live the same day over and over again for a full year, or take 3 years off the end of your life? So basically, in my eyes, you're losing a year. So would you rather be forced to live the same day? So imagine it's tomorrow, for example. Okay. You live the same day over and over again for a full year, So basically Groundhog Day, if you've seen the film, but it's for a full year, or take 3 days, 3 days, or take 3 years off the end of your life.
Well, I have to live. I was like, okay, with the they live in the same day. Can I do different things during that
Yeah, yeah,
day?
you can. Yeah, you can do different things, but it's just, it will be the, so it will always
Okay.
be the 8th of August, for example. So 8th of August every single day, but no matter what you do, it just
Yeah.
reverts back to the beginning of 8th of
And
August.
if it's a Sunday morning, I'll say yes, so I can play football every morning. And then yes, I'm saying yeah, I don't want to lose 3 years of my life. Or do I?
Oh, no, you don't. What do you mean?
No, no, I don't. Because you said, oh, I lose the last 3 years of my life,
Yeah, so
right?
you, yeah, so basically you take off 3 years. So basically, if you're
Oh,
you pass at 100 years old, you actually pass at 97, for example. Like,
yeah,
yeah,
I think I'll live the same day.
yeah, because in that way, like if you say, for example, you play football, yeah, it's a Sunday morning, you play football every day, you can eventually become like one of the greatest,
Yes, I just practice
greatest. Yeah, you're practicing every day.
every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, easy. Yeah.
Yeah. Would you rather be the absolute best at something that no one takes seriously, or be average at something but is very well respected?
Average. I think average.
Mm.
Because if I'm, but it's not respected, so that means
No, no,
less
no,
pay.
no. So it's you're average at something, but it is very well respected, or
Yeah,
you're
and
the absolute best at something, but no one takes seriously.
no one. Okay, that means I don't get paid because it's not a proper sport.
I mean,
Like,
so depend. Like realistically, not really a lot of people care. I'm trying to think of something which not maybe a majority of people don't care about, and that's maybe I don't know. You remember the cup stacking we used to do? I don't remember if you
yeah,
did. So imagine you're like phenomenal at that, because no one really, realistically, no one actually cares about it, if you know what I mean. But you can do it in like
yeah,
5 seconds or whatever.
yeah, but I don't know if that'll pay me month to month.
Probably not.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Average, average at the very good sports. What at basketball? Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll be that
basketball,
average.
football, or something like that. But
Yeah,
yeah.
I'll do that. I'm already sick of football, so average at basketball. Adding to the list would be good. I don't
And
mean that, guys. Maybe I'm forgotten on YouTube.
he compared himself to Danny Alves and that before this call started.
I did that, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Last, would you rather? Would you rather have 10 years, another 10 years with your partner, or have a one-night stand with your celebrity crush?
Another 10 years.
Yeah, I feel like that's an easy one, and also you
Yeah,
don't get in
easy.
trouble that way.
That's a wink.
No,
What would you pick? What would you
10
pick?
yeas, easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll talk to you afterwards. No.
So do you want the raw answer now?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll stop recording. No, but 10 years, I feel obviously an extra
Yeah,
10 years is...
that's obviously the way to go.
Yeah, but I mean, there are some people who would be like, no, I'll take a night with my celebrity crush, and just what happens happens. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the geezer down the pub. You're asking that. That's who
Yeah,
you're
shag
asking.
Leonardo DiCaprio, come on. But yeah, what? Yeah, I mean, yeah. Look, that's the end of the Would You Rather's.
Okay, cool.
We've had a lot of football talk as well, and I normally like to end the podcast the same way as usual. And do you have a favorite quote or a quote which means something to you?
I do actually, but this is more on the relationship side of things for the people who are in couples. So I come across this time back actually, maybe a couple years ago, but I really like this quote. It was these two married. They were obviously married. They're a married couple, and they're of age. They're probably in their 90s
Yeah.
and married for so long. And the interview asked them, what's your advice for young couples out there, or how do you last so long? And the wife goes, no, the man goes, he goes, never stop trying to make her laugh, and the wife goes, never stop laughing at his jokes. So,
Yeah, that's really sweet. Oh,
yeah,
that's
it's
really
really good.
wholesome.
Yeah, thank you. What,
Yeah,
did you have, is this the best quote?
That is
you've
just
had?
I wouldn't say. Oh, I mean, it's the most wholesome and sweet quote I've had so far.
I'm gonna say you meant best.
Sure. No, but it's definitely the most wholesome because a lot of them have been quite not morbid, but like very much more like deep meaning life sort of thing. Where that's very like very sweet, and you know it's like a nice warm feeling, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And today we've got the quote of the day for for some of you who do want to know, it is the 7th today of August. The quote of the day today is: to handle yourself, use your head. to handle others, use your heart. And that was by Eleanor Roosevelt.
Nice.
But yeah, I thought that was like a...
That's a sweet and wholesome too.
Yeah, so it's another sweet, wholesome quote.
What a sweet and wholesome podcast we've had, eh?
Oh, well, there you go, you slag.
Oh.
But yeah, if you're... if you... is there anything you want to be left... Do you want me to put a link in the description for yourself?
But can you do edits?
Yeah, I can edit things out or whatever.
Put the Boca Instagram here. Put the Jorginho25 Instagram here. If there's any semi-professional players who want to play for my team, there.
Well, there you go. I'll make sure you check out Boca down in the description, and also check out George as well. Thank you for being on the podcast today, man. Really, really appreciate it.
Worries, all good. I had fun.
Yeah, me too. But yeah, so I hope everyone has a really good day, and make sure you subscribe. And also, I will see you next Tuesday. See ya.
Hello, everyone.